What is up, YouTube? I am here today to show you how to make a fast, easy, common craft to make at home, for school, whatever. It's called a paper helicopter, and it's going to look a little bit like this. I modified mine a little bit, but I'm going to show you exactly how to make one. And then after that, you can get as creative as you want with it. You can experiment with it. I mean, it's just fun to make. It's fun to, especially when you drop it off your roof. It's the best time because then you get to watch it fall the longest. But you can also throw it up and watch it fall, let it fall from the second story. But I digress. Let me just go straight into showing you how to do it. First, get some paper. I have leftovers from what I last made. And you take it, and now this is the best way to do it is to make it into a rectangle. At least that's what I don't know, maybe you can do a triangle, I'm not sure. But the way I always did it was I turned it into a rectangle. So first you measure off the length. Usually I measure about 7 or 8. That's just me. Like I said, do it however you want. You can do it however you want. But I measure off about 7 or 8. I'm gonna do 8 this time. Get close to 8. Okay, that's the straight mark. That's okay. All right, and then you go measure over. Now you don't want it just yet. You don't want it too big. I'm gonna measure about, let's say 1.5. I'm gonna measure 1.5. 1.5 over as the width. Make sure your ruler's straight, etc., etc. But I measure about 1.5 over, and then of course I make my line back down the page so that I have a nice straight rectangle. Make sure your lines are straight, which I'm not the best at that, especially with a broken ruler, but you get the idea. Not broken bent, but yeah. Measure over. And I use the side of the page kind of as a marker, but it's going to look a little bit like this so far. You know, just a rectangle. See it? Just kind of a rectangle. Now, the way I do it, I usually go down about halfway. This, and then I make a mark. See, this line is going to be to show you where you should put your break for your wings. So I make a mark, and then I draw a line across like that. See that? All right, and now I find about the middle of the line. You know, it doesn't have to be exact, but you know, the more exact probably the better for you. Make a mark, and then I draw a line straight down into the middle and stop at that black line right there. And that is going to be your line for your wings. Okay. Now, some people like to make the base into a T and then cut it off and stuff like that. You can do that. That's no problem. You can leave it like it is and do it. That's no problem either. It's just all about your preference. So, like with this one, you see how the wings come out farther than the base. Is because I made a T and cut out the bottom as a T and then folded the wings. Just remember, which I didn't do it quite right, but whenever you do the wings, you can do it like this, or if you want a little bit more stability for your wings, make it a little thicker right here, right where you cut it out. Like, give it a little bit more space for your T. But yeah, but that's how you make one with a T. I'm not gonna make it with a T this time. I'm just gonna straight cut it out like this and show you how to do it. So we're gonna cut this out. Should be easy. If you're too young to cut things out with scissors, get your mom to help you, especially if you ain't got no safety scissors. Don't want nobody getting hurt on my account. So you cut out your helicopter. Alright, so I got my helicopter cut out, helicopter, however I want to say it. Got it cut out. Now you cut the wings down to the, not to the bottom, but you cut them about where that line is that you made for the middle. Cut it about to that line, and then you fold it over. just like that right there. And so now you have the wings. And now is one of the biggest parts. You have to fold the middle. And usually you would put a paper clip on, but I don't have a paper clip, so all I can do is staple it. Put a few staples there. What this does is adds weight so that it'll spin a lot better when it falls. This is kind of ugly. I don't like this one too much. But that's the basis of how to make one. Like I said, you can experiment. You can try folding the wings a different way, see how it works. You can add more clips and things like that. You can change how you cut the base. See, this one I didn't cut out the T. This one I cut a T out, which all you do the same steps I just told you, but you draw a T for where the base is, and you just cut out right along. You cut that out right there, and then you have the wings. That's all it is. You just cut a T out instead of cutting the whole rectangular base. But yeah, so you just you can experiment, see how different things work, different papers, different ways, different lengths for the wings. You can make them shorter, longer, see what happens. You know, it's just fun to have. So comment, like, and subscribe. Get A's in school, stay in school, straight hundreds, that's the motto. Peace out, YouTube.